Hello and welcome to day 2 of our sex ed class, and today's topic is consent. So, what is consent? This has been kind of like a recurring topic in recent years. So, basically, what consent is, it's an agreement by all parties to participate in any sexual activity. Consent is also a discussion about what the party wants and they don't want, and what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. It's essentially like setting mutual boundaries with your partner or whoever it is that you're engaging in activity with. While some may think once you consent to something that it lasts forever, it doesn't. The consent can be withdrawn at any moment, and that should be respected. So, with your partner or with yourself, if they or you are uncomfortable in the situation, communication is key. But it's also on the other person to pay attention and observe how their partner is feeling. If there is a look of discomfort of any sort, remember to ask if they're okay. If it doesn't seem as though they are, stop the activity and give them time. Without consent, any form of sexual activity will be considered rape or sexual assault. So let's look at some different forms of non-consensual activities. Coercing. I'm sure many people have heard this term at least once. You may not know what it is, but coercing is essentially manipulating, talking, or pressuring someone into doing something that they want to do. Because of coercion, their agreements, or whoever it is, their agreements is not consent. Consent is enthusiastic, it is not pressured, it is not forced in any way. This occurs a lot more than people think. So if you've ever been in a situation where a person has, I don't know, maybe said, if you love me, you'll do this, that is not consent. That's coercion. If you aren't sure of your partner's answer when you ask, don't engage, because they could be uncomfortable. Okay? So silence is not yes. More times than not, silent means no. Only an enthusiastic yes means yes. Okay? So if a person is drunk, high, or intoxicated of any form, do not engage in sexual activity. Since they're under the influence, they can't give proper consent. This means any sexual activity performed is considered rape or sexual assault. If you need to remember exactly what consent is, Planned Parenthood provided an acronym to help people remember. It is called FRIES. So the F in FRIES means freely given, meaning the consent of whoever the person is was not forced, pressured, or manipulated out of them. The R in FRIES is reversible, meaning, like I mentioned before, anyone can change their mind about what it is going on, and that should be respected by their partners. The I in FRIES means informed. This means you are consenting to something if you have an agreement on terms. Say if you only agree to have sex with a person if they wear a condom. If they do not wear a condom after your said agreement, that is not consent. If you agree to have unprotected sex and not the act of inner ejaculation, that is not consent. The E in FRIES is enthusiastic. Like also mentioned before, when the question of sexual activities arise, you should only participate if you want to. Do not participate in anything that you don't feel comfortable in. Your partner should respect that. If you do not want to participate, you do not have to participate. Do not feel that you are expected to participate. That is not consent. Specific is the S in FRIES. This means that you've consented to a certain act, not a multitude of acts. So, say if you consent to going to the bedroom to make out, you've consented to that one act. You have not consented to anything leading after, which means if the person wants to proceed further, they need to ask your permission if you want to proceed any further. Otherwise, it is not consent. Also includes if you agree to a multitude of things, it goes back to R. If you're not comfortable, you can go back and say, I don't want to do this. I don't feel comfortable. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. So that is consent. Please remember that consent is an enthusiastic yes, and anything other than that is not a yes, and you should respect that. This goes for both females and males, because anybody can be a victim of sexual assault. Stay tuned for more.